tonight. Jo comes to the rescue of a little girl who's too frightened to sleep in her room.
Are there any that you see when you're sleeping that you go, oh, I don't want that one? No.
But first, Madison's extreme behaviour is causing endless family rows.
So yeah, actually, if you want it to work, then that's fine, isn't it?
And Jo's attempts to broker a peace run into problems.
I'm going to look it up because this is just doing my head in here.
6-year-old Madison's violent temper tantrums are leading to massive disruption at home and getting her into playground fights at school.
We're constantly getting told that Madison's done this, Madison's punched somebody in the stomach.
When I'm bad, I sometimes blame it on my sister, and I sometimes kick her, punch her, smack her. She has strangled people.
Biting, pushing, kicking.
Her behaviour is just so extreme that one minute she can be really, really nice, and the next minute she'll just be a complete terror.
Mum and Dad have tried everything to cure Madison's behaviour.
We went to the health visitor, we've been to the doctors, we've been to a cranial osteopath, and now we're seeking homeopathic treatment.
Can you just let it go? We've exhausted lots of advice given from doctors. It just doesn't seem to have any effect or influence over Madison's behaviour. I'm only asking you not to do that.
But family life is far from normal, in more ways than one.
What'd you say?
Mum Sharon and Dad Jason officially split up 6 years ago, but while the girl lives with Mum, their parents still see rather a lot of each other.
Our relationship on Sunrise is basically just very good friends with benefits. We do live close, a few doors down from one another, which we feel is really good for the kids because there's still some sort of continuity there.
While Mum and Dad enjoy their unconventional relationship, big sister Jordan has to pick up the pieces.
It hurts me when the living-law comes in and then can just deal with it. It's like, why can't I? I think the worst thing that I can see happening for Madison is, for her to be taken away because we just won't be able to cope with it anymore. This little girl right now is certainly roaring roost, but her behaviour is very controlling, so I really want to get to the bottom of it and actually find out what's going on. And I need to observe the whole family. Hello. Nice to meet you, Jo. And you are? Hi, Max. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Good. So, not the same girl that I saw on the tape, that's for sure. Not right now, anyway. No, this is the thing. She's completely different. There's no two things that set her off with behavioural issues. This morning we've had a few tears and tantrums. Do you want to talk? No? I just want to gauge from you, some history with regards to the kids' experience with you all as a family. The dad and I got together in 1996, and then in 2004 things happened that I then left the family home. Okay, so Jason's literally a few doors down. Yes. I wanted him to have more access with the children. So I'm going to ask you this, are you in a partnership? I think you know what I'm talking about as an adult. Yeah. Or are you in a friendship? Both. Oh, okay. Complicated. I can't live with him, I can't live without him. Oh, Jason, come in. Thank you.
Jo wants to find out if Dad sees the relationship the same way.
So are you just friends or are you partners?
Friends with benefits.
What's that mean?
What is it?
Right, okay.
Now and then.
So basically, you feel that you have a friendship together, but you sleep with one another when it suits you both?
Yeah.
Mum and Dad might be relaxed about the unusual domestic setup, but Jo wants to get to the bottom of how Madison and Jordan feel about it.
You're holding Daddy, and you're holding Mummy, okay? This is Mummy's house, and this is Daddy's house. Now, if you had to choose where Daddy could live, would you want Daddy to stay living in his own house or to live in Mummy's house? No, okay. Okay. And where would you like Mummy to be? Does Mummy sometimes stay at Daddy's house? Right, okay. When Daddy stays over at Mummy's house, how does that make you feel? Did you talk to your sister about it? Yeah? Yeah. What kind of things do you talk to your sister about?
Like, they sometimes argue and I just want to stop them sitting on.
Do you feel like it's up to you to stop Mummy and Daddy arguing?
Yes.
Do you know how to do that? I want you to know that it's not up to you to stop your Mummy and Daddy arguing. And it's not your fault that Mummy and Daddy are arguing. Okay? Actually, Mummy and Daddy need to talk to one another as grown adults, and they need to work it out themselves. Okay? I like TV because, you know why? Because you need that cover, they often are. Because it's very difficult, isn't it, when you're stuck in the middle, isn't it? I could burst into tears. So confusing for these kids. So confusing. Are their mum and dad together or are they not? Quite clearly they want Daddy living back in Mummy's house, you know, together. Madison is torn and emotionally has very mixed feelings, as Jordan as well, because nothing's clear. Is that going to have an impact on the kids? Definitely, absolutely.
Shin, up to 90% off. Only at Shin.
Voici Chloé. Même en voyage, elle se soucie de l'environnement partout où elle va. Tout comme Air Canada, elle est déterminée à laisser moins.
Jo's hitting the road, taking her message to Britain's hard-pressed mums and dads. She's being put on the spot. And she's tackling the most common problems with some one-on-one advice.
Sometimes you win in life, sometimes you lose. But when you come home and you take it out on your whole family, that behaviour is totally unacceptable.
And one issue that's driving British mums and dads mad is bedtime bedlam.
I have 6 children.
Yes.
There's a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, 4-year-old and 5-year-old. The 9-year-old will not go to bed. She's not understanding the rules of bedtime. She thinks it's playtime along with the others.
And what time does the youngest one go to bed?
8:30.
Here is your answer. The youngest child should be in bed at 7:30. And what I would love you to do is a pecking order with regards to their age. So establish a good bedtime routine, get the youngest one to bed, then the second youngest, for her to recognise that as the slightly older child, she's given the privilege of staying up a little bit later.
Parenting can be hard work, but a large age gap between mum and dad can make things even tougher. And for this family, bedtime has become a battleground.
Hurry up and go to sleep. Tom, I'm losing my place and sliding on shoulder again. It's nearly 8 o'clock. Lay down. Then don't kick me either.
Get in your bed. 7-year-old Thomas's refusal to go to bed is causing rows between young mum Nicola and husband Joe, who's worried his angina might flare up.
And your concerns right now are Thomas, right? And he's sleeping.
Because you'll put him to bed and he just won't settle.
I'll try and get them in bedtime routines. As soon as I walk downstairs, that's it. You'll create.
Do you both get as angry as what I saw you get on the video?
I will end up having arguments.
I've got to the point where I think to myself, this ain't good for me because I'm frightened something bad's going to happen to me. And I say to her, look, I'm going to leave, I'm not having it.
But I'm a strong believer in discipline.
Yes.
And if I say, like, no, the answer's no. If he gives in to them,
then it's jeopardising what I've already said to them, and then the kids know they can get their own way. So I'll give up. What's the point, no?
How old are you, sir?
64.
You're 64. How old are you?
26.
You're 26, okay? And when you're looking at a big age gap between the pair of you, you've got to be able to find a middle ground. If you are going to keep arguing with one another, it's going to really confuse the kids because nothing gets resolved and you just
We end up arguing. We just end up arguing.
What would be the better thing to do?
Walk away.
No.
Well, that's what
That's easy. That's easy. How many things have you walked away from?
I walked away from most things.
You walk away from this as well now? It's too easy.
Everything I'm trying doesn't seem to be working.
It's because this is not working right now. You're parenting. You've got to be both on the same page.
If your relationship is having a negative effect on family life, whatever you argue about, make sure you agree on how you're parenting your children. Try to enjoy time away from the kids as a couple. It will nourish your relationship. And if you're going to have an argument, try not to do it in front of the kids.
Coming up, the family whose lack of sleep is a matter of life and death.
My fears are that I'm going to fall asleep at the wheel and I will not see my kids again.
The little boy who won't eat his greens.
How does he behave when you give him vegetables? He's very violent.
And Jason's threatening drastic action.
Best thing to do for me is sell the house. I'll sell the house. I will move away.
Jo's helped hundreds of families all over Britain. Today she's in Essex to meet two parents at the end of their tether. With three young children, Asley and Peter from Ilford haven't had a decent night's sleep in the last 6 years.
You can't sleep downstairs. Come on.
The whole problem is Layla's bedtime. She does not want to play in her room. She doesn't want to sleep in her room. She does not want to be on her own. She falls out of fear.
Too scary upstairs.
And Layla's refusal to sleep in her bed is having a knock-on effect on her 2-year-old sister.
Melissa's forcing herself to wake up in the middle of the night so she can come into our room because basically she thinks she's missing out on something. It ends up being 5 of us in the bed every single night.
We can't fight. We're trying to put the baby out, Melissa and Layla.
Asley is a professional childminder, and with kids coming to the house every day, she has to be up early in the morning.
It's not just physically demanding, it's also mentally demanding. So I need to be in top form and I need to be well rested, which at the moment just is not happening.
Layla, stop your baby sleeping.
But there's even more at stake for fuel tanker driver Peter.
Quick, get in your bed.
He's worried. In his line of work, tiredness can kill.
My fears are that I'm going to fall asleep at the wheel, have a crash, and I will not see my kids again.
We want Joe's help so that we can stop being so exhausted, basically. Come on, Layla. You've got to need to try and get to sleep. Come on.
Getting Layla to sleep in her room is vital for the family's future. Jo's come to the house to see if she can help get to the root of the problem.
Aloha. How you doing? Hi, darling. How are you? This is me. How are you? So, when you are always